optimization. I know when we were discussing this panel, optimization was a really big point of conversation, and it's really, really important. So emails, experts, cadences, messaging, reviewing, repeating, updating, changing as we go. Jay, I know that I'm going to come back to you on this because it's a key part of how you collaborate with clients. How do you work with companies to make sure that optimization is constant?
Yeah, I certainly do work a lot with it, and I feel like we as a publisher at Target do help our clients quite a bit, not only from the data delivery side of things, making sure that your content is, of course, available on our network, but we do take pride in helping our clients when it comes, to reviewing the nurture campaigns, reviewing sales cadences. And in fact, just this year alone, we as a company reviewed over 150 different nurture campaigns for our clients globally. And I sometimes feel that I probably did a good third of those just myself in the past year as well. Having so many conversations with our content marketing team. And, to answer your question, Barney, I feel like that optimization tactic is, again, so important. In ever-changing world like that we are today, we need to realign and change our messaging. Of course, not that much, but we want to ensure that we do A/B test, we do align our messaging, we do change the subject lines, coming back to the point that Arthur and Claudia made earlier, right? Repurposing and redistributing content is not only limited to content, it's also when it comes to the data delivery, to the messaging, and to reviewing your cadences and drip campaigns as well. We always want to stay up to date, and that's where we review the campaigns based on the intent, based on the responses of our audiences, and make those changes accordingly, to make sure that the engagements remain high, and then, of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, keep increasing in the future as well.
And I think one point for optimization doesn't mean change all the time, right? Optimization also means knowing what works really well. If you have something for example, publishers, and it works, keep using it, right? Because at any given moment, there's new people, new companies that maybe look for your product or your service. Why change the game? But at the same time, you need new content then too for the ones that maybe weren't ready yet, right? So it's optimizing is going better, changing messaging, but not always changing, exchanging. It's also what works, use it, keep using it. And even if it's an old piece of content that's 3 years old, if it's current, use it.
That's a really good point, Claudia. And I feel like you just corrected me in the best possible way as well. Again, coming back to what we were chatting before, right? We want to make sure that the content stays up to date, that the optimization tactics are in place, whether it's just some minor tweaks to the data, to the messaging, or coming back to the cycles of the buyer journey. It might take a little bit longer than we would want to expect. And sometimes just keeping everything as it is might be the best solution. Like my grandpa used to say, you don't want to fix something that is not broken, rather just continue going.
And also I would like to add that sometimes something doesn't work in the beginning, and it takes kind of persistence and some energy to really find out why it doesn't work. So I would say don't kind of take it away immediately. Just try to analyze why it's not working and try to fix it. So probably it's not broken. Probably it's just bad time. Probably something going on in the industry. Probably it just needs fine tuning, and it would deliver.
Yeah, I really agree, especially with what Claudia was saying about going back and keep using, the piece again and again and refreshing. I think part of content strategy, especially for demand generation, is about making sure that you're refreshing and that you're going back to those core pieces that are really resonating with the audience to make sure that you're constantly optimizing them to get them back in front of vendors. I think that's a key part of content strategy overall that just doesn't get analyzed enough. I think we're a little maybe sometimes quick to dismiss or say, oh, it's done, it's 6 months old or whatever. Like, it's really good to think about how to go back and refresh these pieces.